Oh, hey, Randy and Connie, good to see you guys. Oh, I didn't see you. Good to be here, and hopefully you see me. I soon will see you guys, but it's good to see the pictures shared on Facebook, and what a great thing to see our classmates, other people who knew you from our class that just absolutely loved what we've posted, um, and that's just been great. I had forgot that Debbie Myers. Do you remember Debbie? She had a crush on you, and that was she was the one that emailed me the pictures, and I put them up on Facebook and emailed them to you. I think you were at her 14th birthday party, and those are some great pictures, great memories. So I thought I would pick up now where I left off. Last time I shared a few nights ago was Michelle and I had been praying and about ministry. I waited 3 years and prayed for 3 years and realized that God was calling us into the ministry. So I went back to, I graduated from Ferris State College. There we are, Ferris. Um, uh, with my bachelor's degree in business education, taught for 2 years, and then realized that God was calling me to the pastorate. So what I did was to make a little bit more money because when I went to Bible college, I had student loans, so I wanted to pay as I went. I didn't want any more debt. So to earn a little bit more money, I left the teaching field and went into computer programming, which was kind of a skill trade that I had. And I did that all the time I was in Bible college. And most of that time of programming, I actually moved up, if I can say it that way, from being a computer programmer to more of an information systems manager. And I managed the system at the company that I worked at. It was a small company. It was about 200 employees, poly bag manufacturing, manufactured plastic bags. And my job, of course, was on the computer side, information systems. So I did all the programming, everything from accounts receivable to accounts payable to order entry to payroll to inventory. You name it, I wrote it. And I did that while going to Bible college. And I had a 5-year plan, but the 5 years took me actually about 7 years to get done. And during that time, I was really blessed. I traveled quite a bit for the company. We had bought a plant just like ours. The one we had, it was in Sparta, Michigan. And we bought a plant in Jackson, Mississippi. And so I got sent to Jackson, Mississippi for over a 2-year period of time. I was there like 9 months out of the 9 months out of the year, almost like 2 weeks at a time. So I spent a lot of time in Jackson, Mississippi, and got used to some south of the border cooking. And then after being there, and then I finished Bible college. I was licensed to ministry as a pastor, and then began looking for a church and praying for God's leading. And Michelle and I moved our family out to Carter Lake, Iowa. And Carter Lake is it's the only, maybe you're familiar with it, but it's the only part of Iowa that's on the west side of the Missouri River. So that's a story in itself. But if you fly into Eppley International Airport, Carter Lake's right there. And that's where I'll be flying into when I come out and see you. I'll be flying into Omaha at Eppley International Airport. Interesting, just a side thought. We kind of joked about going out to the church because we felt God was calling us, and it was confirmed because the name of the street that comes off the interstate that runs to the airport there is called Abbott Drive. And then there's Abbott Airport parking. So we knew, hey, we should be there. We're Abbotts. But Lakeview Bible Church is a nice church, good group of people there in Carter Lake and Omaha. And wasn't a very large church. I think it was about 50, 60 people when we came, and we built it up a little bit. It was 100 plus when we left. I was just there a short time, about a year. And So we had a great ministry there. That was fun. That was fun. We moved back to Michigan in '95. It was 1994. We were in Carter Lake. In '95, we moved back to Michigan, and I bought a house on Quarter Line in Newaygo, across the street from where Debbie Meyer's parents lived. 334 Quarter Line was our address. And so we lived there, and I lived there for 12 years. And during that time, we planted a church in Newaygo called New Community Church, and got into a building. We did that for, we were at New Community total about 8.5 years. And then just felt like God was moving us on, and a church in Grand Rapids in Granville, a very small church and older declining church, needed some help. And we thought, hey, we started a church from scratch. We can help this church grow. So we went there. Life Track Community Church is what the name of the church ended up being. It had a different name, but we did some changes along the way with the church to try to get it to grow. And I think we were there for about 9.5 years, and the church didn't grow. It was very disappointing, very difficult, and we ended up actually closing the doors of that church. It was just so hard to turn a church around. So then we really just prayed about where should we be going and what should we be doing. And we knew and we had moved, by the way, during that time. In '06, we moved to Grand Rapids. We're on the southeast side of Grand Rapids. We're in between, we have a Caledonia zip code, but we're a few miles north and west of Caledonia. We're closer to Kentwood, Michigan. So just for lack of a better term, I tell people, like if they're from out of state, like you guys, I say Grand Rapids. If you're from the West Michigan area, I tell people we live in Kentwood, So we moved out here, and the church was Life Track Community Church, and we said goodbye to them. But anyway, we loved the area that we moved to, and we knew we had gifts of ministry, of pastoring, of teaching, of encouraging people. And so we prayed about planting a church, and that's what we ended up doing. We planted a new church. We took a year building the church and building a team before we launched the church, and we did, and then we had that ministry for about 3 years until just this past December. We were unable to make it go. The attendance wasn't where it needed to be, and the finances weren't where they needed to be, and it was disappointing. So we've just recently closed the doors in that ministry. I'm blessed because I also teach part-time for a Christian school. I teach economics, and I teach Bible. I had 2 econ classes and 1 Bible class in the current semester, and then next semester I've got 1 econ class and 2 Bible classes. So I teach part-time, and it's good. It's good. We're just praying about what God has for us in the new season. So having said that, there you go. From 1970 to 2018, here we are, 48 years later. My health is really good. I've been blessed by that. I work out a lot. My knees are messed up. I did all those years of running for about 20 years, just pounding the pavement, 5Ks, 10Ks, a marathon. And it took its toll on my knees. I've got torn meniscus in each knee, and the doctors just don't feel like it's worth me going through the surgery. They're bad enough to keep me from, racing anymore, running competitively. But I can work out on elliptical, low impact, and my battery is going to run out. All right, I had to switch. I was videoing off my phone, and that battery ran out. So I'm doing this on my iPad, and I brought the files together. So hopefully that messed us up. So anyway, pretty good fit. I can referee basketball. Don't need surgery on the knees, and I do a lot of working out though in a gym. I hit a we have a gym locally called Snap Fitness. I don't know if you have any out there, but I hit the gym every day except for Sundays. So I've always been real strong because I've been a runner. My legs have always been strong, but upper body strength, not very strong. So I'm changing that. So I've been working out, hitting the weights for the last 3 months. And so I'm in the gym every day except for Sundays, alternating between upper body and legs and all that. So health is good. Michelle and I have been married 44 years. December, we were married December of 73. And she's good. Her health is pretty good. She's had quite a ordeal herself. Won't go through all of that. I will say she's had an experience with diabetes. Went through below the knee amputation, so she wears a prosthesis on her lower right leg. She's a below the knee, but she does really well. She moves around really well, and there's nothing that she can't do normally. She is legally blind. She has no vision on one side of her on the right side. There's no vision, no eyesight. So so she can't drive. So that kind of messes it up. But she has a really good attitude about it. And her and I, we met in between my freshman and sophomore year. So we met in the fall of '71. She moved to Newaygo that year. Found her pot of gold, and here we are. Let's see. We have three sons. We had a daughter, like I shared with you earlier, Tamara Lynn, and she was born still in October 5th of '79. Our oldest son Matthew was born in April of '74. Our next oldest, Aaron, was born in January of '77. And then our youngest, Jamie, he was born in May of '83. So, and, we're just honest with people. My two oldest sons have not done well in life at all. Just lousy decision making. They're both in prison, pretty much just drugs and stealing. And they're both repeat offenders. This is the second time around for them. And so we pray for them, we visit them, we write. One will be out, Aaron will be out in February of next year. My oldest son Matt has got 6 more years to go. He got into a meth lab. Bad news, and that's a heavy sentence. So that's where they're at. My youngest son Jamie is doing really well. Him and his wife Kelly, they live in Newaygo. They just built a house. They both have good jobs. They have a son Taylor, our grandson. He's 5. My oldest son Matt and my son Aaron, they had both been married and are divorced. Matt and his wife had a child, Christopher, our other grandson, and he lives with us. He's 17. He'll be 18 in March. So he's working right now. He's got a part-time job. He goes to school. He goes to the school where I teach at Providence Christian, doing really, really well. And he'll graduate next year. So that's kind of our family. My dad, as you heard, I shared, my dad passed away in '82. My mom is still alive, doing really well. Her health is good. She is 86. She's going to be 87 in March. And she's doing really well. 3 years after my dad died, she remarried, and she lives in Fremont. I don't know if you remember, Randy, I had 2 sisters. Holly, you might remember Holly. Holly was 4 grades ahead of us, or 3 grades ahead of us. So, and she's married now. She got married about a year after you moved. Right after she got out of high school, she got married. And her and Ray, as her husband, They live in Newaygo. They've been there all their lives. And he came from Muskegon, actually. Retired from General Motors a few years ago. And they're both just doing really well right now. My younger sister, Lori, um, she I don't remember your brother Rodney. They may have been around the same age, same grade. She graduated in '79. Let's see, she was born in '61, so that would make her 56. And she's married and has two daughters, Amy and Caroline. Oh, my sister Holly, her and Ray have three. Their oldest is Bethany, and the next is Jeff, and then Nathan. And Bethany is married with two children, and Jeff is married and has one and one on the way. So that's our family, and everybody's doing pretty well. So I think I've caught you up, but we'll have plenty to talk about, I'm sure, when we come out. I don't think we can exhaust that topic, and we'll relive some memories. Here's a memory jogger for you, Randy. I don't know if you remember this, but in our 8th grade year, I think it was in the spring, and it was during exam time. Everybody, seemed like everybody, many of us brought squirt guns to school. And during class time, we would squirt each other. And we got caught, and they collected the squirt guns. You remember Mrs. Matson? She was the principal. And I remember going down to the office, and in the office on the desk was this mound of squirt guns that they had collected from the students. I don't know if you remember that or not. Maybe not. So, okay, well, that's where things are at now. I've brought you up to current. I'll continue to send you a video from time to time, just about different things, maybe hobbies and interests that maybe, I'm interested in what you like to do, and your life and all that. I've really enjoyed the update that Connie sent. That was really great. And I'm really happy that our class has just really picked up and shared some memories too. That's been really good. So, my friend, I can't tell you, I've said it, I'm really excited. I'm on Facebook now with a couple of your kids. I think Randy and Tanya, we've reached out to one another, and so that's great. And I just look forward to renewing the friendship and just seeing where all this goes. It's a nice journey, a nice adventure. So again, I'm flying in. I am flying in on Thursday. I'll get in Omaha in mid-morning. I'll just visit with some friends there in Omaha and Carter Lake, and then as advertised, I will get in the car and head your way on Friday, April 6th. I'll be at your place before noon, and till you guys throw me out, I anticipate maybe I'll just, if it's okay with you, maybe we just use the whole afternoon and visit, and then maybe around 5 or whatever, I'll just get back in the car and head back, and then I'm on the plane early in the morning, Saturday morning, heading back home. And we'll take pictures and share memories and get caught up and see where our friendship can go, because I'm really excited. I just wish I hadn't thrown away all those pictures. I told you that we pitched a lot of pictures, and I had pictures of you and me and Randy Gardner, it was just, those were good pictures, and I don't know why I didn't keep them. We just accumulated a lot of pictures. Okay, well, I'll let you go. I'll go for now, and thanks for watching the videos. And if you ever have any questions, let me know. I'll shoot another one out maybe in a week. Like I said, it's kind of my busy season right now because I've got school. and my crew was reffing. We're reffing basketball about 3 nights a week. Uh, Tuesday night, we went up to Howard City, Tri-County High School, if you remember that name, and we reffed junior varsity girls and a varsity girls basketball back to back. I got home about 10 o'clock. Thursday night, we went up to Fremont, and Fremont was playing the Wago. JV girls, JV boys, had both those games. I got home about 10 o'clock. And then last night, we were up in Fremont again. And Fremont, when I say up, I'm on the southeast side of Grand Rapids. Caledonia zip code. I live in Gaines Township, and I'm close to Kentwood High School. It's about 60 miles from here to up to Fremont. 50 miles from here to Newaygo, 60 miles from here to Fremont. So we had a girls varsity and a boys varsity game last night. Both games were close. The boys varsity, the second game, it went 2 overtimes. I got home last night at 11:15. I left the house. I got out of school at 3:30, got home here at 3:45, left at 3:50, and got home at 11:15. That was a long day. So that's kind of how our season goes, though, right now. But you know, it's extra money, extra dinero, extra cash, and but I'll send a video out from time to time, and we'll just keep this rolling. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, thank you so much, and you guys have a great weekend, and we'll be talking to you soon. Bye.